Man, all right. It's really not funny, but it's funny now. But the day my dad ate my edible.
Well, I'm gonna tell you the whole story, so it don't make it seem like I'm an idiot. But I'm sitting at the table eating me some lunch, and it's it's some candy sitting on the table, some Reese cups. I forget what the other things were, and it was a pack of it was a candy bar. So after I finished, I wanted me something sweet, so I went on and got the candy bar because it was different from everything else. I said I had already stole a couple of Reese cups earlier, so I took the candy bar. It was 3 pieces of the candy bar, so I ate the three. I ate the whole candy bar that was left that somebody else had already started.
And I tried it out with my sister. It's 4 different bars on the edible, and it's broken up into different chunks. My sister ate 1 bar. I ate the second bar. We left 2 bars, and those last 2 bars my dad ate.
So I go out with a buddy of mine. We go watch the football game. And as I'm in there with the football game, I'm starting to feel a little woozy. You know, I'm dizzy. Everything is just loud. Everything kind of slowed down, but it was still just loud. I mean, people were screaming about plays that was going on in the game. The sound was bouncing off the wall so bad, man. I just had to go outside. So I went outside, came back in, and it was worse now. And I guess whatever was happening to me was getting a little bit worse. And I called Quentin on the phone when I was out there, and I didn't tell him exactly what was going on, but I just told him I'm outside just getting some fresh air.
And I think it was about 4:54. My dad called me, and I was watching the game, and he was like, he's like, man, you know, I had to step out and get some air. Boom, boom, wasn't feeling too good. I'm like, where you at? What you doing? Who you with? He's like, you know, just watching the game with a couple of the homies, but man, I just feel crazy right now. I'm like, man, just cool out. I'll hit you in a couple hours, check back in with you. About to take a shower, get myself together.
So I go back home, and Quentin is at home. So I said, well, man, I ain't feeling good. I might need you to take me to the hospital. So we checked a couple things. I stayed around, then we just went to the hospital.
So I'm getting myself situated. No sooner than, 30 minutes later, my man Larry is right back at the house. And his man dropped him back off. And he was like, he just looked bad. My uncle is like big time in the medical field. So we ended up calling him. My uncle we ended up checking my dad's blood pressure. That was the first thing. He said, check his blood pressure. Because my dad kept saying he was about to faint. He was going in and out. He just wasn't right. And we checked his blood pressure, and I remember looking at the monitor, and the blood pressure was at 174 over 124. And when I told my uncle how high his blood pressure was, he was like, nah, man, you got to get him to the ER right now. So I'm freaking out because I'm trying to get my dad to walk. My dad won't walk. Every time I get him to move, he act like he about to pass out. So it's like, and I'm just here like trying to get him. Like, so I was like, look, I got to do what I got to do. End up getting him to the drink, and we flying. I'm kicking it to the hospital.
And even going to the hospital, I just felt like everything was in slow motion. And I'm getting worse because I'm kind of in and out the whole time. In and out. I'm reality, and then I'm like on a cloud.
And he was just like, no, stop, slow down. Everything is moving too fast. Like, he was just freaking out, bro, like going crazy. And I ain't never seen my dad do that. So, like, it's really scaring me. But, like, I'm like, damn, I got to drive slow and try to get him to the hospital. And it just was crazy. But he kept on asking me, he was like, how far away are we? And I'm like, we're not that far. He was like, man, I feel like I've been in a car for 3 hours.
Are we there yet?
I'm like, Dad, we just got in the car. Like, just calm down, man. I got you. Like, and I'm talking about the whole way. I'm panicking. I'm freaking out. And he freaking out too. So his blood pressure is still going up. Get him to the ER. Hurry up and like press the people out. They end up taking him to the back and getting him situated and start hooking him up with all this stuff. So they automatically assumed that my dad was having a stroke or having a heart attack.
So we get to the hospital, they ask me what's wrong with me. I explain that to them. So they run stroke tests and everything on me. They keep me overnight. sticking me in with taking blood and all that. Still don't know exactly what's wrong. But when I get back home the next day, I'm probably 90%. I can still feel a little something. But, you know, I'm cool.
Once they checked his blood pressure again, it was 209 over 170 something. I can't remember exactly what the number was, but just anybody who know and understand high blood pressure, people who got high blood pressure like that die. Like, that is deadly numbers. So I'm in the room like going crazy, freaking, bro, like literally going nuts. And watching these people run my dad through all these tests and going in and out of these rooms, and I wasn't allowed to go in the rooms, but I'm just trying to make sure he's all right. So just mentally, I'm all the way checked out, and same deal with him. And I kept noticing like his mouth would get real dry, his lips was white. It was just scaring me, man. I had never seen my dad like that before. And you know, he ended up getting situated. They ended up getting his blood pressure, you know, back to normal over the time. And he stayed in the hospital overnight, and I ended up going to get him the next day. Coming back to the hospital, I left 2 o'clock in the morning.
So I go to bed, wake up the next morning. I say I'm gonna do a little bit of work today, so I'm working. So as I'm working, I probably by the end, almost to the end of the day, Quentin comes downstairs and say, "Hey man, did you eat a piece of candy that was upstairs?"
Yesterday, because I came home looking for my edible because I wanted to do my work. And I called my sister. I'm like, "Man, did you eat my edible? Like, I'm looking for it. I can't find it." She was like, "No, I didn't touch your edible." She was like, "Did you ask Dad?" I'm like, "Nah, ain't no point in asking him. Like, he don't like weed. He not going to touch that stuff." I asked my mom. I'm like, "Mom, man, where my edible at? You know where my edible at?" She like, "No, I ain't touched that." Called my little cousin. My little cousin was over here. I'm like, "Dog, I know you ate my shit. I know my cousin did it." She's like, "Bruh, I ain't touch your stuff. I swear I ain't touch it." And I went and asked my dad. I was like, "Dad, you know, you see an edible, or you see some chocolate on the table?" Not an edible, but I was like, "You see some chocolate on the table?" And he was like,
And I was getting ready to lie and say no, because I always steal their stuff, because they always have half of something. They don't eat the whole stuff. They just have stuff around. And then I looked at him. I said, "Yeah, I took it."
He was like, "It's gone." I was like, "Dad," I was like, "You threw it away?" He was like,
He said, "Man, that was something that was laced with marijuana."
"Yeah." I was like, "Dad, you didn't eat that you really didn't do that, right?" He was like, "Yeah, I did. Y'all always leave." I was like, "Dad, it was weed in that."
And I'm freaking out, man, because I'm like, Jesus, I can't believe I did that. Because I ain't read the package. I just ate the candy. Well, anyway, that's what happened, man. I ate. And evidently, I must have ate way too much. More than what I needed to eat, because I was dying, man. I could not believe how bad I felt. And I don't understand how y'all can eat that stuff, man. Because if you feel like that, I don't see how you could do it. But anyway, I'm talking hallucinations, room spinning. I didn't know if anything was real or not. I'm thirsty. I ate up everything that they brought in the room, man. I mean, everything. And I never eat everything, especially if I'm in a hospital. But I ate up everything and didn't realize I had the munchies and everything else. I never put none of that stuff together.
Dog, when I say the face that my dad made, I have never in my life seen my dad that scared other than one other time when it was an earthquake. And that was it. Dog, when I say my dad was tripping out, my dad was so high, y'all. I wish I would have known, because I would have recorded all that shit. I just didn't know. I thought my dad was really dying. I thought he was having a heart attack. So I was with him the whole time, but man, it was just the craziest experience. So I'm telling y'all right now, don't leave your edibles around. Your pets, your parents, your kids, anybody can get them. So just watch it. Oh my God, bro, I swear to God, that was the craziest experience. I've never ever in my life gone through nothing like that or seen my dad act like that, man. But yeah, video coming soon. Oh shit. Hello? Yo.